for Arslan, which is my virtual assistant, and Vasile, who is the one who's working on our project in the part of business, because I would love them to hear about the model, because I think they're the ones who will be able to actually kind of structure it further on.
Good.
And we were working a little bit to kind of find a visual language of how we could create this open source online model, let's say. So it's the one that you will see in the link in the chat. It's like hi, Vasile, welcome.
Hi.
This is Carlos. This is Vasile.
Good.
We are talking from 3 points. Like I'm in Pakistan, Vasile is in Portugal, and Carlos is in Chile.
Cool. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So I was just saying, okay, Arslan is also here, and Arslan is also here in Pakistan. So Arslan, you know Vasile, and Carlos is Arslan. Put your camera for 1 second so we can see you, and then you can put it off.
Great, more people.
Hey, how are you?
Hey.
How are you doing?
Welcome. So to introduce you, both Arslan and Vasile are working together with me in the Conscious Gem project, which is the one about the locations around the world and the conscious community. Different sectors. So Arslan is working as a virtual assistant, so everything that has to do with virtual image and branding, what I'm going to show you in the link also to our website. And Vasile will be helping us in the part of the business, as he has quite a lot of experience in business consulting. So it's going to be more from how actually we translate traditional business into something that relates with all of us in a much more conscious level. So that's why I wanted him to be in the call, because I think you really like the model that Carlos has been structuring in his business in Chile. So please take the lead.
Good. Thanks, sent to all. Well, I'm Carlos. I am Chilean. I live in Chile, in Santiago. Santiago is the capital of Chile. We are 17 million. It's a small country beside Argentina. We are in the very top of South America, in the south, near to the pole. I am an industrial engineer. I study ecology and social science too. I work for 10 years for big companies, big multinational companies like IBM or BHP. That is a huge multinational mining company, because we are the biggest producer of copper.
Really?
Yeah. So. Mining is the biggest industry here in Chile. So I have been working. Well, I resigned to the big multinational companies because I lost the sense of satisfaction working in the traditional industries. And my son born. I am a single father, so my son has 7 years old, and when he born, I started working in developing a new microeconomic model to transform the global model, the global economy, because we need a bottom-up change. We must change the structure of the microeconomic mindsets and disrupt it and implement it and spread it. So I designed a model called social growing. So I prepared a presentation. So
thank you so much. He stayed awake until 3 o'clock yesterday to prepare the presentation. So I'm honored.
Yeah, can you see the screen?
Now we can see the screen. Yeah.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, so social growing is a model, but it's to a company, so it's like a accelerator or business developer, social business developer. So, and we use this open source model to continuously developing new solutions for society and implement it. So I prepared this presentation, Social Growing Model 001. So first of all, social growing is a new microeconomic model. So microeconomic is a science that was based long time ago, and only focus in profits, price, cost. Is only based in economy, in money. So this new model agree more variables, more like human variables, energy variables, social variables, to disrupt the traditional business paradigm. So this is designed as a open source model, to this transition to a new macroeconomic model for the world, based in collaboration, based in consciousness, based in social development. And so social growing is called social growing because our purpose is grow society, grow business models, grow good initiatives. So this was created in 2015, and like 5 years ago, and we have one a different focus of the traditional companies here in Chile, because Chile is one of the most dynamic economy of the world, because we use a system that is more neoliberal than the US model. So here in Chile, everything is private. Water is private, health is private, highways, everything. So, and with this model, now we are a rich country, but we have the toughest inequity of the OCDE. So that is a huge problem for us, because we are a rich country, because we have a lot of minerals, a lot of agriculture, but all the capital of the income goes to the same people, the 1% of the society that they govern the country. So now Chile is in the biggest crisis, a social crisis. It's like Hong Kong, I think, and they have a lot of riots. So Chile in October started the riots against the system, against the inequity, against the problem with the corrupted companies. So so we start with some companies. I started to invest in different kind of markets, and now we have some startups that are very successful in the middle of this huge crisis, national crisis and world crisis. So one of them is Incoludido, is the biggest now, is the oldest. Incoludido is a hygienic paper brand with purpose. We sell toilet paper cheaper than the big companies, and social street art that we make urban interventions as marketing campaigns using graffiti and social and street art. So we have artists, graffiti guys to take some abandoned plaza or an skate park, and they transform it and create something nice to the society, and everybody likes it. So we are we have a lot of followers because we are very, very, very popular here in Santiago and in Chile.
And practically, if I understood well last time that we were talking, you use somehow the social street art as the marketing platform for Incoludido, right?
Yes. So let me show you some examples.
Mm-hmm.
Can you? I have to. Can you see my screen, or are you seeing
Yeah.
the presentation?
We see the presentation.
Sure. Can you see now?
Let me see. Yep, we do.
Yeah, that's some examples of what we do to recover some spaces that was abandoned, and now they are art space. So for the one example,
How did that start? Like the idea of creating urban places. Like, who is there anybody from the team who's an artist, for example? Or like, how did the idea come?
yes, well, I mean, I thought how we can make marketing in the street, because usually the companies use a big cartel, something like the big advertising, or in something in the street that for me is garbage. Is something that you put some time, you pay for that, and then it's not useless. It's useless for everybody. So I like graffiti. I am not I'm not a painter, but I love it, and so I start looking for people that would like to work with me to start doing this. And I knew my partner is called Pancho Uno, is his artist name, and he loved to do urban intervention. That was his dream. He want to change the world, change the urban graffitis. Is something very passionate about the graffiti. So let me change the. So we are working a lot of time together, and we have done more than 30 of these nice interventions.
And how have you seen that, like, shifting the interest of your clients towards the brand?
We use social media. Social media is the key. So we put our brand in the intervention. So Incoludido brand is here, or is there, or social growing is there, or social street that is there, and with our social medias that are very big, we increase the impact of the our interventions, and the people start giving some comments about, okay, we love you, we will buy your product, so we interact with the customer.
Okay, you can go on with the presentation if you want. I would like us today to get more deep into the details of how it's structured, so you can.
Yes. So, well, right. So, why it's important to create a new model? Because riots are increasing, climate change is increasing, air magnetic field is decreasing. That is a huge problem. Pole inversion is coming, is happening. Pole melting is happening. Mega earthquakes will happen, and big volcanic eruption will happen too. Yesterday, Krakatoa in Indonesia. Indonesia starting, so we have to create a new model, because the traditional model of speculation, infinite debt, consumerism, individualism will be killed will be killed during this huge transformation. So the aspect of social growing, we have external aspects of social growing and internal aspects. We will start with external. So the first one is disrupt the markets. So our ideas are big. So you have to think big and kill the business dinosaurs. So, for example, in Coludido, we are a very small brand competing with a huge multinational Chilean company that has the 75% of the market.
And you were telling me the last time that even though you are a small brand, somehow you have managed to have actually half prices of the big brands on the market. And I think for me that's very interesting, because usually the small brands are not able to compete in price, and that's how they usually lose market share.
Yeah. So with
so
this
how
model,
did you manage that?
Yeah, in the fourth point, low cost. You have to. This model is a low cost company. We can produce cheaper and we can sell cheaper than the rest of the companies, because big multinational company has big cost. So their marketing cost is huge. Their human resources costs are huge. And we are very low cost, because, for example, in Coludido, we don't have storage because people working. We have people in using their storage in their houses. We use a collaborative model for storage managing. We don't have a transportation, own transportation like trucks on wagons.
How do you transport?
We have a collaborative model for make transportation like Uber, So we have an application and a phone application, mobile application to share all the transportation, and we have like 20 people doing the deliveries. And everything works with technology, So that's kind of things. We have people working for free with us. We have a lot of collaboration in marketing. So that kind of things makes that your company is flexible, is fast, is cheaper. So you can have cheaper. You can sell cheaper. And the other factor is that these big companies are, in the case of Chile, they are colluded. There are a lot of cartels, so the price is really high. So you have the space to introduce a new product with a low cost, lower than the supermarket, and with all these good things, So you can help the society. You can create business work positions. You can give a lot of work for a lot of people and having low cost. So
would you like to go down and actually start tackling one by one the models that you're using in different sectors, so we can understand them?
Yeah. Okay.
So how did you start? What was the first move that you did differently, for what reason?
Yeah, the first is the social impact, So when you create a company that has social impact, you have a purpose, and that purpose is the glue for your company. So start coming more people interested in collaborate with you. Yeah. So the first thing is, when you create the business model, you have to think in the social impact. In the case of in the case of Incoludido, the social impact is make this urban intervention and help to child without homes. So that creates the difference with the product with no value, social value. So the market start looking you like, oh, this company is really different. So investors are attracted. Everybody are really attracted to. So that is the first step. Okay. So
you started with the street art, right?
Sorry.
You started with the street art.
Yeah, no, we start we start with the street art, and then we create Incoludido, that is the toilet paper brand, and now are fully with the Incoludido because we are selling, we are growing exponentially right now.
Okay, so social impact comes first, and then what are the process had to change as the next step?
And you have to think in new resilient systems. So the model that you think should be resilient for the crisis. So, for example, here in Chile now during the COVID quarantine, we are the only company that we are selling toilet paper directly to your house using delivery model. So we thought that thing 4 years ago, before this crisis. So we anticipate the crisis. So if you create a model that is really resilient, you will make the difference during these times. So in that time we create the delivery collaborative system. We thought all that thing in the very beginning of the born of the company.
Tell me a little bit more about the collaborative delivery, because I don't really understand how it can work.
Let me show you. Can you see the screen? Yes?
Yeah.
This is the system of Incoludido.
So this is the internal system of member, or like system of the team, or what kind of system, or anybody can access it?
Yes. This is a new model that we create. We can see all the deliveries in a map. So I can show you, but we have a big map here in our office with the people that are representatives. So, for example, a new entrepreneur wants to sell in Colombia. So he cover one part of the city, his neighborhood, and they use let me show you. They use a mobile application to connect with us. So, for example, this is a web page of Incoludido.
You only sell online, or you sell in shops also?
We sell in shops also. Yes, but the collaborative delivery is for online selling.
For online selling, okay.
Yes. So, for example, here is the online shop. So you pick all the products, you pay online, and they go directly to our delivery system. So the people has the application and works like Uber. So the people from that neighborhood they look that they have a delivery to do, and they do it. So they
How long does it take, the delivery normally? So have you checked how long the people will? will take?
Between 24 and 48 hours.
Okay.
So for this kind of product that are basic product, it's a good time.
Yeah.
For a visa, no, but for this, it's okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. So the people bought this representative bought my products, they storage in their houses, and they are waiting for the orders. And they go and they sell the product themselves.
Wait 1 second. How do they know what to buy and store in their houses?
No, they buy. They have a small storage of all of our products.
But do they pay for that, or they pay
Yeah.
when somebody's buying?
No. They bought. They have their storage. It's like
Okay.
it's like a distributor.
Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes they wait the order, and they come to the office, pick they buy, and they go to deliver. Yes.
And what percentage do they get, like, out of the price? What is their percentage of the people who are storing in their house and delivering?
Of the total selling?
Yeah.
Like now, well, during the quarantine, now is like more than 50% of the total selling is online.
No. I mean, what is their income from this service? So, what do the people who are actually storing and delivering
they have like 25% of profit.
The price.
Yeah, and they have the delivery charge, because we have a charge for delivery, like, I don't know, $3 maybe, $2-3, and that goes for the delivery guy.
Okay.
Yeah, so for them it's a very nice work, because it's like Uber, but it's cooler. Yeah.
Okay.
And for example, well,
how many people do you have right now being your distributors?
Now we have like 15 distributors here in Santiago. Yeah, for example, now that are our numbers. We have 144 deliveries in transit.
How do you know the people? Like, it's an application that people tell when it's delivered, for example, or how does it work?
The people, the customers, or the representatives?
How do you keep track of the deliveries?
Yeah, no, we have all the sister with tracks. For example, now we have this is the amount of orders. For during the quarantine goes up. This is the time of the times. So some time ago we have big times, because we do have some problems with the stock, but now the time is very controlled. This is how much they buy day by day. We can track, for example, this is how much products are in transit. And we have this one too, that is representative or distributor for distribute. This is neighborhoods. So 5 in this neighborhood, 29 in this neighborhood. From representative, this representative has 32 orders to deliver. This one 40, this one 12. This one is one towel, one box of toilet paper. So
okay,
we track everything. We track everything. So technology is very, very, very important for this in this model. We must create new systems, use all the mobile applications, all the technology that we have available now to increase the customer satisfaction and the cost, reduce a lot the cost. So technology is the key, and we have a very strong IT team. So normally now in companies, they have external teams of IT, like IT is a function that is not of the core business, so is some people must traditional thinking could think that if we are a toilet paper brand, we don't have programmers, but we have a lot of programmers working for in this project. So is one, you have to have a strong IT team, and social networking is another key, because you have to be the best of social media and internet ads.
So do you have a team also for social media?
Yeah, we have a team, a big team of social media. So one guy is in charge of Facebook, another one of Instagram, another one of Twitter. So, and we are continuously creating new content, new memes. We use memes like funny pictures, funny videos. We share a lot of information about what happening with society. So our social networks are very, very strong, and maybe here in Chile we are the strongest startup in social media. Maybe we are the strongest company in social media, competing with the big ones.
So, but all of that requires quite a lot of personnel. So, like, how many people are working in the project, like full time right now?
Now in Kostopoulou we are 15.
Mm-hmm.
15 internal full time, and we have like five more in external.
And how is the model? Do you take, like, is it normal salaries? Is it a different type of model also? How does that work?
Well, in the next slides, we will talk about internal aspect, about how human resources works. So, and you have to create customer value. So you have to be loved and hated, because when you disrupt a market with a different mind thinking, a lot of people maybe will hate you at the very beginning, but you so you have to continue and bring a new experience for your customers. So, okay, we are fans of you, we love you, we like your product because you have our own personality, and what all that, when you do that, finally the customer create value, because they are communicating your initiative. They create, for example, they send our fans send some funny new images, So, for example, in Star Wars, they have a lot of fans that are creating new content of Star Wars. So in our case, there is a lot of people that creating new things about Incoludido, and we share it. So we create, like a network, a society, a fun network. So that has more impact, and the people are more involved with your company. So there is another a very important part, that is the finance. We use at the very beginning, the crowdfunding is the way to push your idea, finance your idea, and then you have to get investors. Yes, so that with the investors, you can finance the work, you can finance the team, you have to create more social investors and create a network to push your company. So Incoludido now has more than 400 investors. small investors that we create a network, so they know each other, they are helping our company, they are attracting more people to invest. So we call that social investors, so
Can I ask you something?
yeah, sure.
What kind of governance do you have for your micro investors?
Yes, we use loans, loan system. They sign a contract, and we sign a contract with them to like a loan, and they receive interest. So we have a team here. In one of the part of the team of finance, they manage the investors. How we were continuously
So
having.
there are no shareholders in your company.
No, they are external. They don't have shares. They don't have so much opinion about how we work. They only put the money and have interest.
Okay, so in principle, they go on trust without a higher check of balances or
Yeah,
auditing.
we share all that information to them.
Okay, so you share it, but okay.
You don't have
and
opinion about changing it.
Yeah, that's right. So with this model, you guarantee that the purpose of the company is not changed. So the investors are not the most important people in the company. They are the purpose is the most important. The team is the most important. Investors are important too. So we must return the interest that we agree with them.
What kind of interest do they get back? How do you keep
We
it
have
track?
9% of interest in a year.
Mm-hmm.
9%. Here in Chile, in the banks gives like 40, but like 4% in a year. So we have like the double, but really the banks here in Chile like are colluded to the interest and very very low for the people. So
And
people,
right now, after 3 years, how much of your budget is coming from investors? How much of your budget is coming from the sales of the product?
now it's like a 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Like for example, we get some 30 million pesos. It's like 30 millions. But in these 4 years, we get like $1 million with all these 400 investors.
And it was always crowdfunding with small investors, or how did it work for the actual investment rounds?
Crowdfunding is the very beginning. You put your idea like in a crowdfunding platform, and in the case of Incoludido, people start buying after before
Before the
we have
launch,
yeah. So but the investors is a different thing of crowdfunding. It's like crowd financing or something like that.
So how do you approach and how do you find the micro investors that are actually supporting your group?
Using the social medias, because we are you have to make a lot of noise, show your team, show your idea, show your customers, show your marketing, show everything, and start getting more investor, showing that they can make more interested than the banks and helping society be part of this company. So all our network are very involved with with us. We have a WhatsApp group, with everybody inside. We share information, we collaborate a lot. Most of them, they have their own business, so we create a business network too. So it's very fun.
So when we talk about micro investments, from what kind of investment does it start for Incoludido? Like $1,000, $5,000, 10,000, or how does it work?
Like $2,000.
2,000. Okay.
Yeah. So, and the next part is the founders and the co-founders. So I am the founder of the company, but in Coludio, I have another co-founder that is Pancho Uno, that is a marketing guy. And he has the passion that is the urban art, and he has a dream. He has a dream of change society. He has a dream to use graffiti to help people, so that is here's his passion, and he worked with me a lot in Coludido. So he become a co-founder. He started like a collaborator, but he worked so much. He creates so much value to Incoludido. He picked the boxes. He charged the truck. He's worried about the team. So he become a co-founder. So he has a market share of the company.
So it's still like the founder and co-founder have market shares, and the rest of the team is on salary, or how does it work?
No, he has a salary and he has a market share too. So I have the 10% of the company is of the founder, 10% of the company is for the co-founders, 10% of the company is or the profits go for social impact initiatives, and 10% of the profits goes for the initial investor that helped us at the very beginning. So it's not they don't have market share, but we share some profit with them as a bonus. And collaborators is a very important thing, because
So what does it mean, collaborators?
is our people, team members.
The team, okay.
Yeah, and the team, you have to get some use new ways to attract talent, because here in, for example, the people here in Coludio, they work with T-shirts, with shorts. They play video games, they play basketball. So that kind of things in the market, in the talent market, are very interested for everybody, because everybody's like want to work for a very fun company.
So when you post a job, you're like, one of the requirements is to know how to play PlayStation, for example, or something like that.
Yeah, they can play PlayStation. We have a arcade machine. We have this dance machine. We have a laser guns for for wars. We have a lot of games. So again, I will talk about in the internal aspect. I will talk about this.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have internal aspects. We look some external aspects. Internal aspects. The first one is the happiness maximization. So in the microeconomy and traditional microeconomy 1.0, you have a utility equation that has price, cost, quantity, sales, cost, only variables about money. In this new microeconomy, we have the money, but we have the love too. So love to work, love to society, love to earn, love to your body, love to music, to games. So you have to manage that, in this new paradigm. So you have to manage the happiness of the customers. You have to have processes to measure the happiness of the customers. You have to have processes to measure the happiness of your team, of the investors, and the providers.
So what are these processes?
These processes, well, you can use surveys, you can use personal surveillance. And so in my case, I am always worried about picking some, for example, people that give us, oh, we love your product, we will buy you forever. We pick that commentary as a good thing, you know. So you if you not only manage the complaints, you manage the good commentaries too.
Okay.
So, and the second one is quantum economy. So this is a huge universe topic, but you manage the energy the energy organization. So we live in a quantum universe. The universe is really amazing, and humans are quantum machines too. So we interact with the reality. We interact with the universe, and we can create the reality. So we can create the future. We can affect in the universe to facilitate things. So what variables are in that creative work is thinking, our emotions, is your body, is the consciousness, is your soul. So you have to manage all these things. You have to manage thinking, you have to manage emotion, you have to manage, and we create a culture about that. So that is the consciousness culture. So in our company, we have a very stricted processes. Let me show you our organizational development system. This is our organizational development system, you know. So here we have courses. They had to do some courses about change of paradigm, quantum physics, sacred geometry, consciousness, climate change, time concept, about the difference about the linear time or cycle time. Because
Practically like an archive of knowledge, right? Or like courses, or what does it have in it?
Yeah, here they enroll to the courses. We have programs like induction program, and they have to do the courses. So in the in
So do you keep track of them doing the courses or not?
yes, of course. So for example, here in sacred geometry, yeah, sure.
Carlos, do they have to agree to the courses or to the knowledge you have presented there?
Yeah, because if they don't agree to do it, they don't are the right person for this company.
Okay, so if they don't, but no, okay. They have
You
to
know,
do
so-
it. I understand they have to do the classes, but do they have to agree to the knowledge which is presented there?
What do you mean?
Do they have to accept the knowledge? Or can they be critical to the knowledge?
No,
presented
they
there?
could be critical. For example, here in they have to they have to do the course, and they have to answer some questions, and that questions are more about what do you think about this, you know. They make sense for you. How do you implement it? What, you know? So it's not a test about do you remember everything? No, it's more than philosophy to understand the mind thinking of our collaborators.
So do you get to discuss in specific aspects at some points, or like all the team, for example?
That's right. For example, they have to do it. For example, in this course, There is 20 of the 12. There are 3 in course, 3 answer the question, so I can track them. And once a course is completed, we during the meeting we have a conversation in group. So what makes for you? What makes sense for you? What concept we can pick for be better, a better person, a better team, a better company. So
But they can also opinion of how to implement the knowledge that is shared there.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. So let me show.
Can they also suggest content? To be...
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if they found something interesting, they send us, they show us, and we can include a new content. So. Where is the presentation?
To the quantum.
Where is the presentation? Can you see the presentation? No?
No, we can just see the 4 screens.
That's it. Now, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all these topics: quantum physics, neurobiology, consciousness, climate change, psychogeometry, and time and astrology is important. Yeah. So it's part of our internal development, and we have to maximize collaboration. So for maximizing collaboration, you have to. It's very important the recruiting. We pick guys that are very motivated to change the world. They are very open to collaborative models. So most of our people are millennials. So they are very enthusiastic. They want to create collaborative models. So, and you have to improve the team continuously. So you have to work and leading with the team and give the example how to collaborate. So in our team, the managers they do a lot of things. They help in the charging the trucks, selling to the customer. We are very everybody are involved in everything. And you have to create a culture for collaboration. It's not so easy, especially here in Chile, that we are a very selfish culture. To all the people wants to collaborate in everything.
So let me ask you something, because like the culture has ended up being a word that multinationals use for obligatory meetings after work, practically. So how do you apply it in your company? Because I don't think that that's the goal,
Yes. No, here it's very natural. Here is very natural because we have a goal work routine. We goals is our objective. We work for that goals. We about sell goals or selling goals or attract more people. So we are everybody committed with their goals, and we work for that goal. So you don't have to be worried like traditional companies about schedules. People are, for example, yesterday we have some problems and people were working like 12 in the middle of the night trying to solve it, but I was not involved in, can you check this? No, they always proactive and very involved to get the goals of the team. So multitasking team, that is very important, because traditional companies, you have your role and you don't do anything more than your role. So here you can make all you can. So you have to enjoy the day, you have to be creative, and we have a culture that, okay, let's do it. You have a good idea, okay, well, let's do it. You want to do something, okay, let's do it. Do it and show you, and let's test it. And because in traditional company, if you, for example, if you work for finance, you can give it ideas for operation. If you are from operation, you can give some ideas to marketing people. So there is very strict, there is very square mind. And here people do a lot of things. So people in finance, they make music. People in finance makes videos. People of operation helping in deliveries. So we are a very multitasking team.
So you're trying to tap into all the talents your team has, and give them the chance to enhance these talents.
That's right.
Within the
For
company.
example, one guy during the recruitment, one of the new guys, he's a commercial guy. He's business administration. He works in the part of the investors. He managed the finance of the investors, but he has a big talent of video making. So we push. Okay, you have time for do that. You want to do that video? Okay, let's do it. You need something more. You have a new microphone. You have a new computer to do more videos. And they give more value than only one task.
How do you track performance?
While you're talking, can you please stop sharing your screen so I can share the diagram that you shared about the team the other day, so we have that on the picture, so everybody can understand a little bit better?
This one?
Yes, exactly.
This one. This is our. Yeah, this is a no pyramid. It's not a pyramidal organization. It's more a network. So we have these 4 departments. This is Spanish, sorry, but we have IT department. So we make the team that are the computer guys, that they work very differently to the artist guys. They like 1 and zeros. They love to the computers. They love their space. They like pizza. They like sodas. And we have an operational team that they are all the business mindset people, the engineers. They are tracking the products, the customers, the factories. We have another team that's creative team. So creative team is the people from for videos, designers, communicators in social medias, creative people. And we have another team that is about development, team development, social development. They are worried about people. They love to work with people. They love emotions. They love thinking. So they focus on people. So we have people focusing people focusing numbers, people focusing computers, people focusing art. And in the center is the happiness manager, that is my department. So the happiness manager is the role that connect everybody.
I would have to go in a couple of minutes, but I would like to see how many parts we're still missing, and if we will need to extend to another day the call so we understand the whole picture.
Yeah. I will be quickly with the rest of the point.
Perfect.
So we talk about games. Games is very important. So our office has a lot of games, and the managers improve the games and create new games and create community, and so we play a lot, but we work a lot too. So that is very important for create team. So in the team building, you have to track the passion of the people, the purpose of the people, and we will start working with no money. So people start like practitioners in our company with a very low income, and mean we test him. He tests the company too. He fix in the organizations. He like the team, and we increase the income during the months that they were working, getting more experience. So it doesn't matter if you have an MBA, if you work for Coca-Cola, if you were a super manager, you start as a practitioner like everybody. Yeah. So that is very helpful, because you guarantee that the people that are with you is because they love it, because their purpose makes sense for them, so they work very hard. And finance, we finance is very different. Like a regular company, it's a startup, so you have a very low money at the very beginning, so you have to manage the finance in the startup mode, then in a growing mode, and then you have to scale. Now in Incoluido, we are in the scale mode. So we are trying to find big investors to cover all the country. We are in the main city of Chile, but we have to cover all the country, and we want to cover all Latin America, including Mexico. Yeah. So the
You're thinking about just expanding the existing models of distribution, for example, and storage.
That's right. And in scale it, we need big investing, and that investor, they will have some share of the company, you know. And organizational chart, we saw it is a network, not a pyramid. And the happiness manager is a key element, because it's the orchestrator. They concern about food, about the office, about the measures. They know deeply their people. They manage the dream of the people. They manage the strategy and the task. They manage the strategy, but I track all the tasks of the team, and we manage people, technology, marketing, finance, and processes. So we have to study a lot about consciousness. We have to meditate every day, make a lot of art, play every day, have love with your child, with your love, with your team, with your family, and you have to heal yourself. So you have to work a lot in yourself. Try to work in the self healing mode. So we have a work routine with no meetings. So we have one day for planning. It's Monday. Monday we have day for planning. So we have a big meeting with all the departments. We track all the tasks. We see all the factors of this week, and we work 4 days more to Friday, and we have one more for like today, that is Saturday, because we're selling a lot of toilet paper, and people need to, during this quarantine work, they must buy toilet paper during the Saturday, and the Sunday is only for resting. You have to sleep a lot. You have to be with your family a lot. So no business on Sunday. And with lean operation is very important. Are the processes you have to be you have to have the processes. You have to measures and continuous improvement at the very beginning. So you have to think in the process at the very beginning. Normally, people that are not so involved or entrepreneurs they don't know so much about processes, but it's the key because you can track everything as I show. We track everything, so that is very important to have a smooth operation and has a very nice happiness of the customers. Yeah, so that has the internal aspect. In my case, I am a lean specialist. I was a lean specialist, so for me it's very natural. But all that knowledge is now is open in the internet. You can find a lot of content about lean operation. So it should be in these startups.
Great. Thank you so much. I have been taking notes and we're going to be putting it all online as you were like identifying them separately. If you want to send me the presentation so I have more specific details, that will help a lot in general. And then before we go online, I will share it with you to see how I feel that they can really start structuring so people can actually go and start implementing specific techniques. And then we can see together what kind of material might help people who want to, for example, work much more with social media. So what kind of techniques might help them, for example, or tips or tools.
Yeah, sure. We can develop point by point. We can and work with the new entrepreneurs in this specific aspect, happiness manager, social media, lean processes. So I am able to help as much as I can, and in try to help online to the entrepreneurs here in Chile or in Pakistan too, or Portugal.
Just to show you a little bit, it's just the very, very beginning of the work. But in our website, we are creating this open source model that we call it like open source space. I will call it. It's called Conscious Minds, and there we're gonna go and create different baskets with everything. That's just examples that you see there, right? But it will be like different baskets with the different aspects. For example, collaborative delivery. That will be one basket with all the material inside, so people can go and actually also add their own experience if they're working on that, or also take resources so they can be working in this particular model. But perfect. I will share with you more about that as soon as we're working.
Please. Yes, I want to.
For now, I do have to run because my online course is starting in 4 minutes.
Yes, and I have a lot of customers here, so I have to start selling.
Vasile, do you have any questions?
No. Thank you very much. Perhaps we can repeat once more sometime. And talk a little bit more in detail, because I would be interested to hear more about it and how it really works in the doing.
Yeah,
I would love if we can actually have short meetings about each one of them, so we really get into the details and we share the material, so we can really start putting it online, really structured, if you don't mind.
Nice. Yeah, nice. Yes.
Perfect. Okay.
I'm glad to help.
Thank you so much, guys. It was awesome to understand better.
Thanks.
And I'll put all of us in touch so we can start sharing between and co-organize.
Yeah, I want to get to know the more details of your website as well, that how your model is working on.
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, guys.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
See you.